Hi, Steve Spohn here with Spohn Performance, and we just wanted to give you a little video tour here of our new Dellsphere pivot joint. Basically what it is a combination of a bushing control arm and a spherical rod-ended control arm, where you get the quiet, smooth ride of a bushing, but you get the bind-free rotation of a spherical rod end. Think of it as a streetable spherical rod end, where you're going to not have any bind, but you don't have the price of additional noise like you get with a spherical rod end. It's nice and quiet like a bushing, free to rotate like a spherical rod end. I'll show you the different components here. We'll start out here. We got a 4140 forged chromoly housing. That's forged all in one piece from chromoly, and then the forging is CNC machined. You can see we have our threads. Comes with a grease fitting. Has a snap ring on one end. This does have a machined lip inside of it. We also have the snap ring just as an additional safety feature. We have a heat treated washer that drops in against the snap ring. Gives you a nice flat surface for the bushing to ride on. The next component would be your Delrin bushing cups. These are CNC machined from Delrin. We have a heat treated chromoly spherical ball. That ball rides inside of the two bushing halves, like so. You can see I'll stand it up on end. This is inside the housing. And your ball, as you can see, is free to rotate, in this instance 360 degrees, but once mounted and assembled in the Dellsphere pivot joint, you will have 28 degrees of available rotation, which is way more than what you would ever need. So that's how it works. It's just like a rod end. You got a ball free to move, but it's riding inside the Delrin bushing cups, so it's nice and quiet. So what you do is take one Delrin bushing cup half, drop it in there. You take your spherical ball, put it inside the Delrin bushing cup. Take your other Delrin bushing cup, put it over the other half of the ball. Now these do ship to you fully assembled. I just wanted to show you exactly how the Dellsphere assembly looks unassembled. Then we have a threaded retainer ring that goes on this end of the housing. Housing is threaded. Stick that on there. Screw it on. We have our adjustment tool that has 4 pins, and they pop right in these 4 holes on the retainer ring. Let's tighten it down. Now, here there is a set screw. It's out right now, but that hole is for your set screw, and as you can see on the end retainer ring, there's 4 half moons. So you line up one of those half moons with your set screw, like so. You can see that's lined up the set screw. You put your set screw in, lock it down. That way you never have to worry about your end retainer ring loosening or tightening, but more than likely it would loosen. But that locks the amount of tension you put on it in place. And you can adjust the amount of tension simply by adjusting the end retainer ring. You can make your ball real tight. You can make your ball real loose. It's up to you. You can determine the amount of friction that you want on the ball. Generally we keep them pretty snug to where you can't move it by hand, because that'll move under load once it's mounted in the car. What that also lets you do is, if over time and miles some of the tolerances inside of here start to loosen up, you can simply unmount this from your car, loosen up your set screw, put your adjustment tool on here, tighten it up to the next hole, and you're good as new. You can't do that with a rod end. When a rod end loosens up, it's junk. Throw it in the trash, spend another $29.99 to buy a new rod end. With Dellsphere bushing, tolerances open up, tighten it back up, and it's as tight as it was the day it was new. It's also, you know, as you just seen, 100% rebuildable. We doubt that anything inside of here would ever wear out. The Dellsphere bushing should last the life of your car. But, of course, you could. Simply unassemble again, pop everything out. Whatever you need new bushings or whatever, you could buy them from us. A couple bucks, pop them in there, and you're good as new. You will need a Allen wrench for your set screws and stuff on here. That is included. You get that with. The adjustment tool is an option. You can purchase that from us right on our website. Doesn't matter if you have, you know, 1 Dellsphere end or 20 Dellsphere ends. You only need one adjustment tool. It's the same. They're all use the same tool. So one tool and you're good to go. Here we have one that's fully assembled. You can check it out. Comes with the jam nut. Of course, if you bought these, you know, on one of our components, control arms, torque arm, pin-arm bar, whatever, it would come complete, fully assembled, ready to install in the car. If you're buying just the Dellsphere end, this is what you get. You get the jam nut, you get the complete Dellsphere assembly, you get the Allen wrench. And as I said, the adjustment tool is an option. You only need one of them. So there it is, fully assembled. You can see this end. We got our machined edge, snap ring, flat washer. It's very strong. You never have to worry about anything popping out of there. The other end you have your threaded retainer ring, which you lock in place with the set screw. And as you can see, I have set this one a little loose just so it was easy to show you with my fingers. This is how it works. Your ball is free to rotate 360 degrees. Once mounted on the car, you'll have 28 degrees of available rotation before it would bottom out on each side. They're nice and quiet. They work great. You won't have any bushing compression fore and aft. So you won't have the wheel hop. You know, it's going to hook up great straight line. And cornering, it's going to, you know, be great in the corners because you have no bind. Everything is, you know, free to articulate. That's the Dellsphere pivot joint. We'll go out in the shop now and I'll mount one up in a vise. Give you a little bit more of an idea of what it looks like when it's actually mounted on a component.